Hey folks, just here to tell you about a record I've been listening to quite a bit lately. For once, it's not a local band. It's the new record by the Human Rights. It's called One People. Human Rights are a reggae band out of Toronto, and I've been listening to them for a number of years. So it was very cool to sort of get a copy of the new album and be able to give it a listen. I think the first time I was introduced to this band was way back when I was one of the people on the organizing committee for the Winnipeg Ska and Reggae Festival. And, it's about 15 years ago now. One of those festivals, the band, which was then called Friendliness and the Human Rights, applied to be part of the festival. We had them play at the Albert, and it was kind of a revelatory show in that this band that I listened to a couple of their tracks when they sent in the submission, thought it was pretty decent, but was not prepared for how much I really loved the live show. It was at the Albert. It was a nice, kind of intimate setting for this full band, roots reggae, dancehall inspired experience. And so I've sort of been following them ever since. Every time they come to Winnipeg after this, I have attempted to go see them if I can. I've been sort of picking up all of their albums as they come out, all their subsequent records. And I think that, it's still early days. I've listened to it a number of times, but I'm still sort of absorbing the record. But this might be their most accomplished LP. I think that overall, as like sort of a singular piece of music, a singular record, it sort of succeeds where maybe some of the other ones were more scattered, where it was more seemed like a collection of individual singles. Whether that was the case or not, this one seems very, very cohesive. From song to song, from side to side, it really has sort of it flows incredibly well. And I think what's happened with this band over the past few years, like I said, when I first heard them, they were called Friendliness and the Human Rights, named after one of the frontmen, Friendliness. Over the past, I think it's 3 records, they've had 2 frontmen, Friendliness and Treson. And Treson has been doing the sort of singing vocals while Friendliness is doing the DJ vocals. And it's a good combination, but it definitely seemed on previous records, I think, in my opinion, to be more sort of here's a Friendliness song, here's a Treson song. And now on this one, on One People, I feel like it meshes incredibly well. It's not sort of like there's an individual frontman for each track. They're both there. They're both very prominent. And the combination style of the two of them works the best that I've heard it on this record. And interestingly, there's obviously a lot of reggae on a reggae album, but there's also a lot of almost R&B sort of vibes on this thing, which is cool. There are some songs that I don't want to call it disco because it isn't disco, but it kind of ventures into that sort of late 70s, early 80s thing that was happening with a lot of reggae where those sounds were seeping in and were sort of contributing to the overall feel of it. And it's cool because they haven't really done that on previous records. It's been very, very strictly reggae, and it still is. Even the R&B tinged songs still have reggae rhythm, still have that vibe. But it's cool. Like they're experimenting with different things, which I like. And as always with a band like this, the lyrics are very cultural. They're very socially conscious. They're what you expect from a band with a name like the Human Rights. But it's a really good record, and I would strongly encourage anyone who likes reggae music, who wants to hear something different, who wants to hear a very Canadian take on a genre that isn't necessarily thought of as a Canadian genre, despite the fact that we have, I was at a reggae show in Winnipeg on the weekend, and we have tons of Jamaican people here, tons of people from the Caribbean, tons of people who, come from reggae naturally and have brought this to Canada over the decades and have inspired, new artists and have influenced people from all different cultures to incorporate those sounds into what they do. So the Human Rights, as you might expect from the name, it's a multicultural band, it's a multi-ethnic band. All kinds of backgrounds coming together to make this sound. And if you get a chance to see them live, I strongly encourage it. I don't think they're coming to Winnipeg anytime soon, but I sincerely hope they do. It's a great live show, and this is an excellent record. So thanks again to the Human Rights for sending this my way. I'm always happy to hear new music from them. I've interviewed Friendliness a handful of times on the podcast, and I'm sure we can probably set something up in future to do that again. But yeah, this is kind of something I want to do more, not about this record, but more sort of generally on the podcast as far as bonus content goes. I'd like to record little reviews of albums, especially local albums. So if you have, a record or a CD or a tape and you want to shoot it my way, I'll make one of these videos about it. I can't guarantee I'm going to like it, and it might not be the response you want, if you give me a free copy of the album. But yeah, as most of you know, I have this ridiculous collection of local music on tape and CD and vinyl, and I'm always looking for more to flesh that out to add artists that I don't have physical copies of. So if you're a local band or even not a local band and you have a record you want me to check out, please get in touch. Send me a copy, drop off a copy, and I will make one of these videos either extolling its virtues or telling you how much I didn't like it. But probably it'll be positive because I like to be encouraging, and constructive criticism is much better than just shitting on something. So yeah, get in touch. You know how. Follow the various social media things and do it that way. But yes, human rights, one people. Check it out.